What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel. Now today we are going to be talking about an awesome new mon added to Sword and Shield, and that is going to be Rillaboom. Yes, it's hard to believe that after all this time I still haven't even finished the 3 starters, but I figured that today would be a great day to getting around to knocking those out. So this is the final starter that we have not covered yet on our competitive deck series, and it also was my wife's starter when she played through her game, so it's about time I actually go ahead and talk about Rillaboom. Now, I do think that Rillaboom is my favorite designed of the 3 starters, and I think that he's got some pretty cool competitive aspects to him. Now, while he doesn't have his hidden ability, he is going to be kind of hampered, but once he does get his hidden ability, I think he will do a lot better. The ability to set grassy terrain is going to be really nice for this mon, especially given a few of these sets that I'm going to show you. They're pretty good with overgrow, but they're going to get even better with grassy terrain. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into that. So this first set we're going to look at, now I typically don't do my choice sets first, but I think it's appropriate with this mon. So let's go ahead and look at his stats, right? Base 100 HP, that's good. Base 90 defense, pretty good. And base 70 special defense. So he's decently bulky, actually, which is nice. Base 125 attack, so he hits pretty hard as well. Base 85 speed, so he's not blazing fast, but he's not slow at all by any means at all. So yeah, I think this mon is really cool, and I think he definitely has a place. And we're going to talk about just that right now. So this first set is going to be Choice Banded. So this set I don't think makes a huge difference whether or not you use Grassy Surge. The only difference is going to be the power of Woodhammer. Obviously grass type moves are boosted in grassy terrain, so it'll be nice to have that little boost. But the healing you're not really all that worried about. This is basically a hit him and get out. You also get U-turn on Rillaboom, which is absolutely amazing that he gets that. And he's one of the few things that gets knockoff. So he's got a really good offensive kit, actually. So let's go ahead and look at some of his moves, right? He gets acrobatics, which we probably won't use all that much. He gets body press, which is really cool because he has a decent defense stat, although we probably won't be running that. We have body slam, we don't care about the special side. Bulk up, we will talk about that later. Darkest Lariat is a great move. Drain Punch, you will see that in some later sets. Earthquake, always an amazing move. Facade is always an option. Fake Out, very situational, but can definitely do some work. High Horsepower. Now, High Horsepower will be your ground type coverage if you want it after you get your Grassy Surge, because Grassy Surge actually makes it to where Earthquake is weaker. So High Horsepower will be your go-to ground type move once you set up Grassy Surge. So just keep that in mind. But for now, it's going to be Earthquake. Once Grassy Surge comes out, switch to High Horsepower so you don't end up nerfing your own moves. We've got Knockoff. Obviously, Knockoff is an absolutely amazing move. Does 1.5 times damage if they're holding an item and gets rid of their item. That's busted strong. We've got Leech Seed, which is amazing, obviously. Low Kick, which is cool for some bulkier stuff that's heavier. We've got, let's see, Swords Dance, Superpower, Taunt, U-turn, Woodhammer. Like, this thing's got a really nice kit, actually. So I really like this mon. I like its move set. I like its stats. Like, really cool mon. I hopefully will be featuring this on the channel very soon. But basically, Choice Band allows this already base 125 attack to just do absolutely massive damage. So like, it's just absolutely crazy what this thing can do. But so we've got Woodhammer for stab, and it does an absolutely insane amount of damage. If you don't want to take recoil, you can always run drum beating, and that will lower your target's speed by 1 stage, which is always great. You've got Knockoff, which Knockoff is Knockoff. It helps you against ghosts, and with ghosts being so prevalent in the metagame right now, this is super crucial that you carry that dark type coverage. You could trade that out for Darkest Lariat for something being a little bit stronger, but typically you're going to want to run Knockoff. It's just a better move. And then Superpower. Now, Superpower can be switched out for something like Earthquake. It could be switched out for Drain Punch. You've got a few options there, but I think Superpower is probably your best option on Choice Band, since you're going to be coming in, clicking a move, and then probably getting out, and then just wait until the next time you can get this thing in. So I do think that this is his best Choice Band set, but obviously you can run several other moves in its place and it will work just as well. So yeah, so let's also look at an AV set. Now, I don't run a lot of AV sets in singles, but that doesn't mean they are bad. Assault Vest is a really cool item, and I think that Rillaboom will actually be a really cool user. Now, this is a set that I think will be a lot better with Grassy Surge, obviously switching out Earthquake for high horsepower, but I think that this set will work really, really cool. So we've got Drum Beating so that we're not taking recoil against ourselves. That's kind of against the whole point of this set. The whole point of this set is to be bulky, and so, you know, with Drum Beating, it allows us to do some big damage, slow down your opponent, but you're not causing yourself 33% recoil. So that's why we have Drum Beating on this set specifically. Drain Punch gives us a little bit of recovery, which is nice. Knockoff, obviously Knockoff is great. And then Earthquake, which will switch to high horsepower. You could still run U-Turn here if you wanted to, but I think on an AV set, I probably would run a more offensive move, but that's just my personal preference. You can do whatever you want. All right, the next set we're going to look at is a sub bulk up set. Now, there are a couple sub bulk up sets that I want to talk about that this thing can run really well. Again, it's got a great move pool. So this one is the one that I think is the best of them, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the best for your team. So we will talk about some options here. So sub bulk up and Leech Seed and Drum Beating, I think, is a really, really great set. So you bring this in on something that expects you to be more offensive, just because a lot of them are running around as choice banded right now. But so you come in on something that you're faster than, and you go ahead and set up that sub. You then start getting some bulk ups up. You get some Leech Seed for recovery, and then you can go for the Drum Beating to do some damage. You could also run Drain Punch in this slot right here instead of running Drum Beating, just so that you do have some recovery. Obviously, that leaves you with no stab, but it could still work. Obviously, we're running no physical defense because we're going to be boosting it with bulk up, so we want to throw it all into special defense, and then max HP, of course, to help boost that up. That base 100 HP maxed out is going to allow you to survive quite a bit, which is really, really nice. So we've also got some more options for this set as well. You could run Protect on this instead of bulk up. So sub Leech Seed, Protect, and Drum Beating is also a very good option. So basically that just allows you to draw in both your leftovers and your Leech Seed recovery in the same turn. And so you're basically just going to be healing up every turn. And then if you've got Drain Punch, you're going to be healing even more. So it's going to be a lot harder to take this thing down, but obviously you're not boosting your defenses in that way. So just some options to think about. I think he's pretty versatile when it comes to a lot of these sets. And obviously Grassy Terrain would be a lot better for this set as well. Yeah, most of these sets obviously will need Grassy Surge, but you know, not released yet, but we're waiting. Hopefully it'll come out soon. All right, so the next set is an SD set. So Swords Dance, I think he can use really, really well, especially with 85 speed. 85 is not a bad speed tier at all. You are faster than Dracovish as long as he's not scarfed, which is where the choice set comes in. You could just as easily run a scarf on this choice set instead of a choice band, and then you outspeed Drake. You actually outspeed Dracovish, which is pretty huge actually. And I don't know if you kill right off with Woodhammer. You know what? Let's find out. We're doing this live. Let's go. Let's find out. So we got Rillaboom right here. We got Max Attack. We've got Woodhammer against a Dracovish. Let's see. All right, so you do 60 to 70, which is still pretty nice, honestly. Yeah, I think that's really, really cool. So, and if we were in grassy terrain, yeah, once we get grassy terrain, you're doing 77 to 91, which is insane. So, yeah, I think that this will be really, really cool. So obviously you just need like a little bit of chip on it, and you will start doing some massive damage to this thing. So I think it's cool. I think it's a good set. Let's get back on this screen here. Yeah, so even if you are choice scarfed, you're doing a lot of damage to this, and especially once this thing gets the ability to set terrain, that wood hammer is going to be doing an insane amount of damage to that Dracovish. You could even take some speed away just so that you outspeed it by 1 point. So you could go, we've got Dracovish here, and he maxes out at 273. So you just bring this down to where it's at 274. Oh, 275. And then you can throw the rest of it in bulk. If you wanted to do something like that, that allows you to always outspeed a choice scarfed one if you're running scarf yourself. So that's just another option for you if you would like to consider that. So yeah, but SD, back to SD. So I think this set is really, really cool. Being able to boost your attack by 2 stages rather than just the one with choice band. And you do have the speed to be able to get around. Now, there are a few things that you don't outspeed, obviously, naturally. But a lot of stuff you actually can. And whatever you can't kill, you probably can take at least 1 hit from them, just being as bulky as you are. So yeah, I think this is a really cool set. I think it's awesome. All right, meme set, gotta have one, and here it is. Power Herb, Solar Blade. Let's go. I think this would be really interesting to catch your opponents off guard. So you set up an SD and they're expecting just, okay, I can take a drum beating, whatever. But under terrain, once this thing gets terrain, again, it'd be great. It'd be absolutely amazing to just drop a Solar Blade on your opponent. You also could run this on a Sun team, obviously, and switch the Power Herb out for something else. And since you're doing this, you could switch out a move for Acrobatics if you needed that kind of coverage. I don't think there's really anything that Rillaboom needs flying type coverage for, to be honest. Maybe opposing fighting types, but you're going to do just as much with Solar Blade. So yeah, I don't think Acrobatics is really necessary, but I think that it would be really cool to be able to run a set like this, but I think it'll do a lot better with terrain as well. But yeah, that is going to be all for today's episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys are enjoying playing Sword and Shield still. I'm still having a ton of fun with it, and I just realized that we hit 100 videos on this past Sunday. So I wanted to say thank you guys for the support so far for the first 100 videos. And we just hit just over 50 subscribers, which is really cool. So thank you guys so much for the support so far. And I can't wait to go with you forward and see where this channel goes. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.